Good morning, students.
Good morning, Miss.
First thing, read the question on the slide, please. What if trees could sue?
Who's Sue?
Anyone want to comment on what that conjures up in your mind? What are you thinking about?
Story about someone being sued or someone suing someone.
Okay, could be about a legal case. Lachlan, what do you think? Tell everyone else, not just...
On a tree like next to where we sit, there is a graphic image, and then that was drawn on it. And I'll say if the tree could sue, because that's quite offensive to the tree.
The graffiti on the tree.
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, good point, yep.
It's a pretty good drawing, though.
Okay, that's another good point, yep.
We're like taking trees' lives in a way.
Yeah, all right, so...
Miss, what do you think?
All very valid points, okay? Gentlemen at the front. So hopefully, throughout the next 5 to 10 minutes, you'll start to understand what if trees could sue, okay? And what that actually means to get you thinking about your daily lives in a very different way. So I believe that we form philosophies and opinions in a couple of different ways. First one could be you could have a life-changing experience, okay? It could be a conversation with someone, it could be reading an article and you just go, oh, I'm going to change the way I live my life or change the way I view something. That is one way, and I've had lots of those moments. But then you've got another way where you can have conversations with people, you can read stuff, you can watch movies, you can watch TV, and all those things then really come together to form an opinion that you then take for the rest of your life. Or you might just take it for the next couple of years until something else comes and influences you. So, what I want to talk to you about to start off with is what influenced me, okay, in terms of what I want to be talking to you about today. First thing, Undercover Boss, hands up who's seen it. Yes, okay, a few of you. So I saw an Undercover Boss episode about 5 years ago, late on a Friday night. Pretty sad that I'm watching Undercover Boss on a Friday night, but anyway. And the boss went to the recycling plant or the waste management facility that he managed. Okay, specifically looking at recycling. And it showed the people on the production floor physically sorting recycling. Okay, now so this is pure recycling. They were coming across, people had put dirty nappies in there, people had put syringes in their recycling, people had put full bottles of milk and glass containers full of stuff, heaps of different things into the recycling that should not have been there. Okay, and it was interesting to see how just one slip by you or I, in terms of throwing the wrong thing into recycling, impacted their day. So from the perspective of danger, okay, obviously putting syringes, etc. in there from a danger point of view, and needles, nappies from a hygiene point of view, and sometimes if there's something in there that contaminates it, they have to then put the whole lot of that recycling to landfill. Okay, so just by you putting one wrong thing in the recycling bin, the whole thing can actually end up in landfill. So to me, I thought, wow, I need to change the way I view my recycling. Okay, I need to be more conscious. That was my first thing about 5 years ago. Couple of movies there I then watched, you could have seen. Has anyone seen Idiocracy? This one here? No one's seen Idiocracy. Oh, do yourself a favour. Okay, watch Idiocracy. I'll talk about that in a minute. Has anyone seen WALL-E? Yeah. WALL-E, yes, good, excellent.
Legend.
All right, so WALL-E and Idiocracy are pretty much the same storyline. Pretty much talks about how we as humans destroy the earth because of the amount of waste that we produce. So we all know WALL-E's story. Humans started to produce too much waste, didn't know how to deal with it, ended up having to exit planet Earth, guys. Okay, and live in space. Alright. So Idiocracy, very similar sorts of things, but at the same time we also got dumber. Okay, we didn't know how to manage waste, we're producing too much, we got dumb. We started actually watering our crops with Gatorade. So water actually became a thing of the past. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so again, those two things put together, watching those videos, I kind of thought, that's so true. We could easily get to that point. That would actually be not hard for the human race to get to that point where we have so much waste on the planet we don't know what to do with it. And the very last thing that I kind of triangulated in my mind in terms of my viewpoint of how I live is I was in a meeting with Anita Christensen. She's the Waste Management Officer at Moreton Bay Regional Council. She showed me this picture. the average 4-person family makes enough waste to fill a 3-bedroom house every year. Okay, all of that is going to landfill. That's not recycling. All of that goes to landfill. Okay, so if you have a think about it, every single one of your houses is producing that on a yearly basis. Where are we going to get to? She also mentioned that the waste facility at Bunya, one at Bunyaville, it's only got 10 years of life left. 10 years. Now, when you think about it, in your life, my life, that's not very long. And that waste management facility will no longer be able to be used, and we'll have to find landfill somewhere else. One other thing she mentioned is that, I don't know whether you've noticed all these garbage trucks driving around. There's like, I think Viola is the name of one of them, these waste management companies that go to corporations and pick up their waste and carry it away. I had some delusion in my head that they actually did that for corporations so they could take it and treat it and dispose of it correctly. Well, they don't. Okay, those waste management trucks take it to an old open mine and actually just dump it. So it too becomes landfill. So all these toxic chemicals that companies are producing are actually not even being dealt with effectively. They're just being driven further away and chucked in an open mine. So all those things, I kind of thought to myself, wow, this is an issue. Okay, we, or I and you, need to look at how we can actually manage our waste differently. And I thought, it's not about, actually I'll ask you the question. Is it about managing waste, or is it about reducing our waste?
I'm going to manage it.
You're going to go managing? Both, okay, absolutely. We have to produce less and we have to manage it better. All right, so then, this was like, for me, a moment in time. I was walking through the airport. Has anyone ever seen this magazine before?
No.
Good. If you can get your hands on it, it is pure gold. All right, it's called The New Philosopher. It will challenge the way that you think and feel about everything. Okay, not just particularly about climate change, because every edition's different, but it's about changing your philosophy. Okay. I just happened to see this in an airport one day over the holidays, and I thought, who cares about climate change? Well, I thought, well, I do. But what got me was this heading up the top. What if trees could sue? Where does that come from? What they're saying and what that means. According to the legal system, the only things or people that can sue are humans, okay, all of us. So what that is saying, according to the legal system, the only things or people that have rights is you and I. Animals can't sue, the environment can't sue. So the only things that has legal rights, according to us, is us. Okay, and that's based on our sense of entitlement on the world. And it's always been there. Humans think we are entitled to pillage and reap and do what we want to the earth because we believe it is ours. What if those legal rules were changed and that we could have humans representing forests, humans representing rivers and streams, forests being able to take humans to court, take corporations to court. So if you think about it, we go out there, we wreck streams and rivers, we pollute streams and rivers. It absolutely ruins the biodiversity of that environment. Okay, everything about the fish, everything about everything that lives in there. It kills it off. Humans, we turn around and go, oh, hang on, our drinking water is now polluted. So we go and sue the corporation because our drinking water is polluted. Well, shouldn't it actually be the streams and rivers of the environment being able to sue for ruining them, for ruining their biodiversity, ruining their nature? Okay? Why does it always have to be how that impacts on us? So that's where this "What if trees could sue" came from. Okay, it was actually a really good article written right about 1970, I think it was. So I'll just get you to read through this for a second. This was a post that one of my friends put on last week.
She got messages.
10 messages. Damn.
When I saw that, it really prompted me. As I said, why are we still asking ourselves the question, how do we save the Great Barrier Reef? So the Great Barrier Reef is 20 million years old. In the last 30 years, we have killed off 50% of the reef. It's been around for 20 million years. In the last 30 years, we have killed off 50% of the reef. It is the only living thing on Earth that is viewable in space. It's pretty important. However, we still have our domestic governments, national governments, international governments, corporations still asking ourselves the question, how do we save the Great Barrier Reef? What do you guys think would be the best way to save the Great Barrier Reef? Leave it alone. Thank you very much. How hard is it? How hard is it to stop people going there?
Very hard.
Very hard.
How hard is it to stop gas and resource extraction?
Incredibly hard.
Why is it hard, guys? Why is it hard?
Because we need it. We rely on it.
We rely on it as human beings.
Yeah.
Yep. What else?
Makes money.
It makes money. Thank you very much. So these corporations, the government is up against these multi-million-dollar corporations. Okay, they have the money, they have the persuasion. At the end of the day, it shouldn't be that difficult just to say that's it. Okay, no more tourism on the reef, no more oil and gas extraction from the reef.
It would kill the country.
And yet we're still paying people millions and millions of dollars in jobs like that, okay, to try and answer that question for us. All right, so what I just want to finish off with
It
is
can't just be like a bubble.
just a few questions for you.
Government doesn't have that power.
So I'm sure by now, Alex, you can probably sense what my viewpoint is, okay, on the environment, what my perspective is. And I'm hoping that you're starting to ask some similar questions. So what if everybody thought about the environment for themselves every single day and everything they do? Life would be different. What if this school implemented an environmental diary as well as an academic diary? So you had to come to school every day and tell us what you were doing to reduce your waste and manage the environment more effectively.
Yeah.
What if you had to pay for every single piece of rubbish you put in the bin?
Leave the school.
Moreton Bay City Council,
Great energy.
guys, it is, who lives in Moreton Bay City Council? It is free to dump your rubbish, and I bet you your parents love that, right? Every other state in Australia, you need to pay to dump your rubbish, even in Brisbane City Council.
Yes.
It has the effect of making it more thoughtful. Yeah,
You get like free tickets to use, so you get a certain amount.
certain amount. Yep. But what if you had to pay for every time you put something in the bin? Yep. You'd be more conscious, wouldn't you?
They could little.
They could just chuck it on the ground.
Hypothetical, guys.
That's what you do now, man.
And last one. What if the government implemented a strategy eliminating all takeaway shops?
Rip.
What comes with sushi takeaway?
Plastic.
Plastic, plastic.
talking about sushi.
What comes if you go to the coffee shop, guys?
Coffee cup.
Coffee cup.
No coffee, no sanity.
So
But that's jobs as well.
I just wanted to finish. Jobs can be allocated in other places. So just lastly, guys, if that's my philosophy, what am I actively doing to implement it? I have a vegetable and herb garden, so I don't buy vegetables and herbs. I don't need to. They come with packaging. I can grow them at home. Latest research also says that gardening, is good for your stress levels. It helps to reduce the levels of stress in your environment. I have 1,500 pet worms that I went out and bought.
Do you have names for all of them?
$50. $50.
What are they called?
Composting worms.
No, but
Oh,
what's
names.
Come on.
And the last one there, guys.
Is that big? Is that Big Daddy?
Okay, guys, the last one. The last one I just want to draw your attention to is my 2017 strategy. This is the year of no takeaway containers for me. I love coffee. I have coffee every day. So how do I continue to enjoy that but not impact the
Drink
environment?
it straight out of the machine.
I take my own coffee mug. And my motto there, if I don't take it, I don't get it. And it applies to my whole family. If my kids want a smoothie, they have to take the smoothie cup. If they forgot it, they don't get a smoothie. If my husband wants a coffee, no coffee for you. They've only done it once. They won't do
Up
it
to Max,
again.
come back. Can you fill this with frozen Coke, please?
All right.
Round of applause, guys.
Yeah.